this video, I'm going to be sharing with you everything new in the Warzone Season 2 Reloaded update, as well as some in-game footage. That way, you'll see exactly what everything looks like. To start things off, as always, Raven gives us a list of playlist updates for the remainder of the season. It's set to include a new game mode to Caldera, but an old one to Warzone, the Clash 50v50 mode, which is simply just a large-scale team deathmatch. As for general changes, Rebirth Island private matches have now been updated to more closely simulate the experience in public matches, as well as Mini Royale being removed from private matches for Rebirth. And my personal favorite thing, you can finally inspect Vanguard weapons. It is about dang time. Moving on to gameplay adjustments, we have quite a few quality of life updates that are likely to change the way that Warzone is played entirely. Starting with a field upgrade, deployable buy stations. This is going to be legendary ground loot, and once the marker is deployed, it will call in a buy station to your location. Personally, I think this is going to cause a lot of much needed chaos in Caldera, as I found myself getting a bit bored with the gameplay. There's been a lot of adjustments to staple items as well. Gas masks now can be dropped at any point in time, whether it be for a friend or just to get rid of the pesky animation. Gas masks will also now allow you to still pull your parachute instead of putting it on in the middle of falling when at the edge of gas. Armor satchels have been given a complete reworking, as you can now collect the armor plates within ground loot armor satchels even if you're currently equipped with an armor satchel. And similar to some other drops, armor satchels now show how many armor plates they contain in their loot card. From what I've been told, this is to help decrease lag across the map because too many entities showing up can cause a bit of lag. Speaking of parachutes, my personal favorite quality of life update is going to be that players can now cut their parachutes at any point before their feet touch the ground. That means no more floating around like an idiot above your enemy. They also slightly lowered the height that you can pull your parachute from, and the reason why is to ensure that you're not going to get any false positive parachute glitches. As for contracts, in-world contracts have actually been rotated at an angle to make them easier to find and ping. They'll also show up on the TAC map even when an existing contract is in progress. This will be used to better enable forward tactical planning. Raven also rebalanced the distribution of contracts in Battle Royale and Plunder modes to better favor bounties, which is going to help a lot whenever we're trying to progress throughout the match. Additionally, Most Wanted has been removed from the selection pool of Top Secret, which is actually fantastic because the number of times I got a Most Wanted bounty from a Top Secret and I did not want that was far too high. Now, onto what you're probably here for, all the new Rebirth Island changes. To say the least, a lot has changed, but I'm going to get through it as fast as possible. So, there's a new weapon trade station. This allows players to trade their currently equipped weapon for other commodities such as satchels, kill streaks, cash, and much more. They've also given us a complete list of weapon trade station opportunities and their respective rewards, which I won't go through, but I'll leave on screen for a couple of seconds if you'd like to see them. Communication towers have been added. Players may spend $1,500 to activate red communication towers across the map to enable a stationary UAV at its location. Stage blueprints and items can now be found across the map. This will allow players to pick up iconic blueprints and powerful items. That is, if they can find them. Also hidden throughout the new Rebirth map, you can now find golden vaults that can be unlocked, as well as other secrets. And boy, does this take me back to Verdansk. Hey, bring back Verdansk, please. And of course, there have been numerous map updates that are going to change the way that Rebirth Island is played entirely. You'll first notice the lighting update. It's still sunny, but it's been given a different angle, so there are many more areas that are going to be bright and many more areas that are going to be darker than before. However, the colors should actually be more vibrant than what we saw before the update. Redeploy balloons have been added on Rebirth, but with a few twists. Destroy by default, less health, and between 0 to 4 balloons active at the same time. The security area is now known as Stronghold. Stronghold features 2 new structures, the administrative building and the radar building. This is going to be replacing the communications tower. The previously empty shore has now become dock. An anchored cargo ship is now present, and you can climb aboard via the extended concrete helipad and discover the loot inside. The prison yard has been partially reinforced, and the construction materials can now be used as cover or as platforms for jumping onto the guard wall walkways. You can also use these to climb to the top of prison, which is going to be utterly game-changing. And lastly, a second cargo ship has officially arrived at the Nova 6 factory. Just whatever you do, make sure not to fall in the water because it's still going to kill you. Along with the new map update, there is going to be a new Rebirth reinforced event, and that's going to come with challenges, which I'll place everything you need to know about that on screen now. As for new weapons, of course, we have the new SMG, the Armaguerra. I don't know how to say it, but it's popped up on screen right now. It's a very high rate of fire SMG, effective at short to medium range engagements, which you can actually find a full gameplay of me using it in Rebirth on my second channel, Expel Uncut, later today. Links as always in the description down below. There are also a ton of weapon balance changes, which I'll have to play on screen right now because I'm sure at some point we'll see J-God throwing up the new meta. Other than that, if you found this video informative, please do me a favor if you wouldn't be opposed. I'd love it if you subscribe to the channel. Either way, feel free to check out the video on screen if you're interested in becoming a better Warzone player, because trust me, these 21 tips will help you improve instantly.